As women, it's very important that we speak what is on our minds, always.
Morning Warriors, welcome back to another episode of the Warrior Pod. This is a podcast created by students for students to inspire, motivate, and most importantly to have fun. Today we have our special guest, the one and only Officer Pintado from University Police Department. Welcome y'all, and she also has two wonderful guests. If you would like to tell your names.
My name's Jaliqua.
Jaliqua. Right.
My name's Phyllis.
Welcome, you guys. How are we doing today?
First of all, thank you for having us. I'm so excited. I'm good. It's cold, but it's great to be here. Mm-hmm. I'm super excited, actually.
I'm so glad you're here. I was like trying to get. I was like, how do I get her? How do I get her? Because I love your energy. You just have this amazing energy that I know I can get conversations out of and just get it going.
I try to.
No, for sure.
Stay positive. Thank you.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm good.
That's awesome. All right, so tell me a little bit about how you started your career here.
I got here almost 2 years ago. I have been a police officer since 2015 in other places. I left Texas for a while and came back here, and I wanted to go back to school. So this was obviously appealing to me, and then after meeting Chief Flores, I was like, this is exactly where I need to be. This is it. I love it here. I genuinely love it here.
We love having you here as well.
I love it. Like, I don't get sad or like, people are like, oh, I have to go to work. I don't feel like that. I'm like, gotta go to work. Let's go.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's some days where I'm like, man, like today it's freaking cold. Do I really, really want to be out here in the cold? No. But I do enjoy being here. But yeah, really, I came here because I wanted to finish my degree. Mm-hmm. I aspire to eventually get my PhD. And the community here is just amazing.
Absolutely.
And I fell in love. So
PhD, you go, girl.
That's the plan.
That's awesome. So what is your major right now?
Criminal justice, of course. I, for a while, was considering switching it a little bit to history. But I'm so far in that there's, and then I decided I'm going to stay here. I'm going to retire out of here. So my master's will be in CJA and all the way up, and maybe one day I'll be chief. Who knows?
Yes, we love that. And I know you got this. You're just amazing in every way.
Thank you.
Of course. And so we're gonna get to the next question. So what kind of sort of motivated you to choose this career, especially like the safety part and wanting to be there for people?
I think it's a double-sided answer. So initially, when I was younger, like younger, I said I wanted to be a profiler, right? I wanted to work with serial killers. And that's what I said I was going to do up until I was about, 18 or 19 years old. And then I realized that to do that specifically, there's a lot of moving and traveling consistently, and I didn't want to do that. So I was like, maybe I'll be a police officer. So when I turned, in Texas, you can be a police officer at 21. Oh. At the time, when I was 21, I was doing 21-year-old things. So I was not in the right place to be a police officer yet. So when I turned 23, I went to the academy. I've been here since. Well, not here, but initially, I think that I come from a military family. My dad's still active duty. My brother's active duty. My uncle. Everybody and their mom is active duty, right? In my family, at least.
Right.
So I think that I went to 4 high schools. I couldn't tell you how many elementary schools, middle school, and I think that moving everywhere and seeing all the different walks of life that I've seen, because I've seen so many different kinds of people in my life, and wanting to just help. And I know I know 20-year police veterans, when I would tell them, I just want to help people, but that's naive, or you're not actually helping anybody. And police officers telling me that, Wow. And I'm like, that's just not true. It's just not. Am I out there saving cats off of trees like the firefighters? No, I'm not. But I think that I've always wanted to help. I've always wanted to make, even if it's just a small difference.
Absolutely.
If I can help one person in my life, then that's enough for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it started. Then I had my son. He was born in 2017, so I was a police officer for a few years. And when he came into the world, initially I wanted to leave it because I felt like I needed to be safe for him, right? I'm
Absolutely.
all he has. But then I got to thinking, the most important values that I want to instill in my son are to be loving, to be kind, to be generous, to be accepting of everybody, and to just be good and to help people. And I'm so passionate about making a positive impact on others and just helping those that need help. How can I teach him to do that if I don't do that? Right?
Powerful.
So I have to lead him by example. And I think that's why I've stayed and why I've chosen to stay. Because more than anything, outside of helping others, I want to influence a future generation to do the same thing, and that has to start at home.
Absolutely.
So we got to make small changes to make big changes.
Absolutely. Speaking of influencing the next generation, I see.
Hi, guys.
I see these two wonderful women right here sitting with us. So, if you guys are comfortable talking, what are some things that you've learned so far from our wonderful officer here?
Just kidding.
And how does she motivate you to become the best and do better?
What she says is by leading by example.
Absolutely.
And there's not many female officers in the world nowadays. But I think she's a good person to look up to.
For sure.
100%.
It's always important to see someone because, just like when kids, they see, they do. And then if you see someone doing it and like you're seeing her going forward, and
right.
like she said, she's doing it to make an example for her son.
Yeah.
And then as women, we get to see that, and I feel like for me, I talking to you yesterday, that gave me more confidence than ever.
And just hearing what she just said,
Exactly.
Like her story was just
And that's
deep.
important, especially for women, because you don't really see these type of jobs within females to do.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's a very male-dominated career field, and that makes a difference in how we act in this field. I've been doing this for a little while, right? And men, cops, want to take care of us. They want to make sure we're okay. They want to, if we're outside, I'm on my way. I got this, bro. Chill.
Yes.
If I need you, I'll call you.
Right.
And I know that they mean well, because they do. But I don't know how many times I've been fighting, and here come the boys. I am fine. It's fine. If I need you, I will call you. I appreciate it. I do. But if we have to be, as females in law enforcement have to, you'll always hear people say, well, lady cops are, I don't want to say anything incorrect, right? Lady cops are rude. We'll go with that. We're mean. It's not that we're mean or meaner than the men. It's just we have to be more assertive because people don't take us as seriously.
Yeah.
They think they can walk over us. They think they can do whatever we want. They think they can whistle at us. Oh, you can take me to jail anytime. Do you really want to test that theory? Because we will. And so we have to be more aggressive and more assertive because we have to, off the bat, we have to act that way to get the respect that a male officer gets when he walks into a room.
Yeah.
Kind of like trying to match that energy in a sense.
You have to. We have to work harder.
Harder in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
That is quite crazy to even think about it.
It is. It really is.
But I have so much respect for you guys. This is amazing. This gives me motivation. I'm you know what? I should start doing it.
I'm going to be a cop.
I want to be a cop.
Don't do it. I'm just kidding.
So now that I know, by talking to you, your passion for the school. So how have you found the campus department works to ensure women's safety on campus?
Women specifically, so I teach a program called SHARP. It's sexual harassment and rape prevention. I'm sure we all take that one, right, when we register. But this is a separate one. And we teach the basics of, situational awareness, things like that. But we also teach some defensive tactics, very basic defensive tools that you can have to protect yourself, even if it's not necessarily just here, right? But at Walmart or at Target,
Right.
So that plays a big role, informing people. And I would say that I try myself personally to teach somebody something every day.
Absolutely.
So I make it a point to be like, hey, like if I see people like outside walking on their phones, I'm looking down, hey, stop looking at your phone, get to your car, you know? Because small things like that do make a difference. Pay attention, look around you.
Oh, yeah.
That's very important. You don't catch things if you're looking at your phone, and I'm always on my phone.
Uh-huh.
They know that I'm always on my phone. But not if I'm, you know, if I'm in a secure space, I'll look at my phone. So we teach sharp. We work very closely with Title IX to provide resources and provide outlets and provide guidance. We have very much an open door. You know, we have our PCOs, our dispatchers at the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
We're all over, so we make our presence very known. You know, I'm always walking. As a matter of fact, my boots. I just got new boots today.
Oh, yeah.
Because my boots had no tread. Like, they were flat.
Oh my.
Because I walk so much. So I'm always. Thank you. So you did a great job.
Thank you.
So I'm always walking. I'm always making my, because people see quote unquote an authority figure, right? And they tend to behave, well, sometimes a little bit more.
Right.
So I try to make my presence known. At night, once it gets dark, I stay in the parking lots. I walk the library staff to their cars because they're all females.
Absolutely.
Not that makes us any less, right? But
right.
We are bigger targets. So I walk them to their vehicles. It's very much a presence. We make our presence known. We're very involved. We teach where we can. So I think we make it a pretty safe place here for women.
Absolutely. There is also a new program / like an app that's called the Safe Zone.
We love Safe Zone. So Safe Zone it's a two-edged program, so we get a different part of it, and we can track where our officers are at all times. We're always logged in. And then you can do what's called like a check-in, right? So if you're going to be here late at night, and you want us to come check in on you, I know where you're at. I see your GPS, and they're very accurate, incredibly accurate. Unless you're connected to Wi-Fi. If you connect to Wi-Fi, it's a little funky. So anyways, we can go check on you, make sure you're okay. If you want me to check on you every hour, I will do everything in my power to be there every hour on the hour. If you want me to check on you every 4 hours, we can do that. You can alert us. You can press an emergency button. You can request an escort. You can do all of those things. And those are all services that we provide. If you call and say, hey, I need you to walk me to my car, it's dark, I don't walk alone, I'll be there.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean that. I drive people to their cars all the time. The time.
That's awesome.
If it's raining, I'm like, y'all want to ride, man? I'll take you to the parking lot. I just do trips back and forth.
She'll drive around the parking lot looking for people that
You need a ride?
Oh my god, that should have been me when I didn't have a car. Like, I wish I met you.
No, man. I'm like police Uber.
Police Uber. I love that term.
Free, you know? I literally just... So, yeah, Safe Zone's great. Definitely download it. It's very useful. And we get it immediately. Like, I'll be at home, and I'll get a Safe Zone notification. Obviously, the people who are working at the time will go respond to it, right? But we all get it. We're all up to date on it. It also gives us, like, the emergency, like, for this weather that's coming up. We get all those.
Right.
So, it's great. I love it.
So, yes, if you guys are listening, go ahead and download that. Let's get to... All right, so we're going to go ahead and... move on to the next question. It's more about the career and your hourly life in a sense. So have you always wanted to do this job? And how has your career or major choice changed, if it did?
I think I've always known that I wanted to be in this criminal justice system. Like I said, I come from military, and on my dad's side of the family, they're all like lawyers and more lawyers, judges, right? So I've always wanted to be in the criminal justice system. And then, as I got older, I kind of found my niche, right, in the law enforcement aspect of it. For a minute, I thought I was going to go to law school. No. No disrespect to anybody, but I'm not doing that. So I think that I've definitely, I don't know, man, it's just, my mom likes to say that I have I don't know, I guess like a servant's heart is the best way I can translate it, right? And I feel like this is a very way to help people in a real-time way, right? Because other people do that on a larger scale, but I can do that in a small scale, real-time, make a direct impact on on their day, at least, right? So I think that for a while I was kind of like, do I really want to do this? this? You know, is it really worth, you know, getting spit at and all the stuff that comes with this? But yeah, no, I definitely am gonna continue this. I don't think I cannot do this. I don't think I'm built to do anything else. So I don't think that my major is gonna change anytime soon. I'm gonna finish this out.
Oh, absolutely.
Finish the semester. We'll see what's going on.
And then become chief.
One day.
Yes.
Yeah.
One day.
I don't know. That's what Chief says. He wants me to be chief one day, so we'll see.
You have the personality. You have everything to become a chief. And that gives, you know, that gives me motivation.
No, really.
And then I'm sure it gives you guys motivation
It
as
really
well.
does.
I think it's important. There was one that I know of in this area, in the Central Texas area, in the past, I don't know, I guess 10 years or so.
One woman?
One. She was at CTC.
Wow.
I think she retired, like, I don't know, I was gone. So it was like
Just
4
one.
years ago. That I know of. I could be wrong. You know, I was gone for a couple years. But
it's still...
it's very, very, very rare. Very rare. So, even if it's just here, man. I mean, I genuinely love it here. And I think...
No,
make this
absolutely.
the best that I can do.
So with this job, it, you know, it kind of is like you would always... It's like inevitable to not get into like any sort of risky factors. So would you like share a story or
I was in my office doing something, and I got a call from Bell County. They dispatch us, right? On the highway right there off 195. 195? Was it? Yeah, it was 195. There was a guy who was like walking in and out of traffic. He was like spitting at cars. Normal Killeen thing.
Yeah.
You know. So I get out there because there's no KPD units close enough. So I get out there and respond, and you know, I pull up, and this guy, he's walking towards my vehicle aggressively, and he's like signaling, like, you know, he's gonna like slice my head off and all this stuff, and his pants are down, you know, like at his thighs, because he was just not all in his right mind. But that makes him more dangerous. I'm by myself on the side of the highway, and I'm like, well, all right. So I get out. I was like, hey, man, what's going on? Are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. And he's just coming at me. I'm going to bleep, beep, 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 kill you, and calling me on. I'm like, well, all right, cool. So he keeps walking, and I told him, hey, you need to sit down. You need to sit down. And he keeps coming, and I'm like, oh, wonderful. And so I get on the radio. I'm like, hey, you got another unit come in, you know, blah, blah, whatever. And he's spitting. For whatever reason, I don't know. It's not funny. But he had, like, toothpaste in his hand, like a tube of toothpaste. And that's what he was putting in his mouth to spit at the cars. I don't know why, but that's what he was doing. So he had his hands behind his back. And law enforcement has a problem. If I can't see your hands can hurt me because I don't know what's in them.
Right.
So I can't see his hands. I'm like, I need to see your hands, right? So he's walking towards me with his hands behind his back, and I'm like, what the hell's in his hands, you know? And there's so much going on in the world, right? And I'm like, you know, everything is such a... You have to react, right? Do I pull my gun? Do I not pull my gun? He does. What if he doesn't have a gun? I'm going to be all over the news. I'm going to go to jail. You know, and all this is happening in less than 3 seconds. So you're thinking all these things in less than 3 seconds. Your adrenaline's rushing. This guy's coming at you, telling you he's going to kill you. My kid flashed in front of my eyes. Like, everything is just going. I'm like, oh my god, whatever. So I'm going to have to, you know. Long story short, I was getting ready to pull my gun. He showed me his hands. Find the toothpaste. All right. Anyways, there's a whole bunch more to that story, but long story short, KPD gets there eventually. He was taken in custody. He was taken to the hospital for evaluation, things like that. Nothing came of it. So that's just a story that I'm sharing because I don't talk too much about that kind of stuff. But what I will say is, I went from sitting at my desk here on this campus to the side of the road in less than 4 minutes, and I thought I was about to get either shot or stabbed in less than 4 minutes. Okay, so a lot of people don't know. Well, most people do know actually if they know me. I carry a picture before we got these outer carrier vests, right? I used to keep a picture of my son inside my vest, between my vest and my shirt, over my heart, right? Now he stays in my little pocket next to my heart, right? Because if anything ever happens to me, he needs to be with me. Right?
You're gonna make me get
Stop! No, don't cry.
Because this is so real, you know?
Like,
you guys do so much. Thank you so much.
So that day, I got back to campus, and Thankfully, it didn't escalate any further, right? Because it could have.
No, absolutely.
But it makes you every time something like that happens, it makes you like reassess, right? I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody at gunpoint and tunnel vision is real, and all you see is that barrel of the gun in this person, right? But that day, I pulled back into campus. There was nobody here. It was like, I don't know, like 8 o'clock at night on like it was a holiday. It was something. Nobody was here. And I just parked the car and I just start crying. I do not cry. I just start freaking. I lose it. I start crying. And I called my babysitter and I'm like, where's he at? I need to see him. So we FaceTime for a while and I was fine. But yeah, I mean, don't cry. It's fine. It's what I signed up for. But people don't realize they're like, you're campus police.
No.
It doesn't matter. People don't know that. People see a uniform. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate y'all.
I never know how to react when people tell me thank you. I'm just like,
I know, Any stories that, like, funny stories that you would like to share being...
I got lots of funny
There's
stories.
only a couple of
Yeah, I know. There's lots of funny stories. Lots of funny things happen on this campus people don't know about. That I don't know if I'm at liberty to say. But there are a lot of funny things. I will say that there's some interesting characters on this campus. On and off this campus.
Yes.
For sure. We are in Killeen. I don't know, man. I think that I've seen a lot of good here. I've seen a lot of people, good people here who do good things, who want to impact the community in different ways, because there's so many ways to do that here. I don't know if I have any funny stories that I can. I just don't think I can.
It's no worries.
No.
It is no worries.
No, for sure.
And just the fact that you have such a passion for the campus and wanting to be here and become the next chief, which you will be. Rooting for you. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Of course.
No, I do love it here. I think it's a great place.
No, absolutely. So, you know what? This was amazing. So we're getting kind of really close to the end, and I have one last question.
Go for it.
So what lessons have you learned that can benefit other women or even other students by doing this career and being...
As women, it's very important that we speak what is on our minds, always. I think that we can get carried away and let people push us down and silence us, and we shouldn't. I think that it's very important that we come together and we build each other as opposed to tearing each other down, because there's a lot of that. Women are very catty, and there's no need. There's no need because we already have to fight the whole world, I would say, for sure, speak your mind. Do not let people silence you. Don't let people oppress your voice. Don't let people stop you. If something's wrong, say it. And if somebody's not listening, you better keep going until somebody does. And if nobody does, you better come find me, and we're going to make sure that somebody listens. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
No, seriously, speak your mind. Be assertive. And people like to say, oh, well, if women are assertive, we're bossy. But if men are assertive, then they're leaders. No.
Nope.
No, so are we.
We're leaders, too.
Yeah, exactly, so are we. So state your mind, be firm, have standards, value yourself, because others won't. And until you really value yourself, you don't know what you're capable of doing. So it's very about empowerment. You have to believe in yourself and believe in others around you but for sure, if we're relating it to this career field specifically, I would say it's very important that you stand your ground and say what you have to say always. And also pay attention. Be aware all the time of your surroundings. Take one of my classes, we'll talk about it. But really, it's very important that people are not constantly looking at their phones or looking down, or pay attention. If something looks wrong, it probably is wrong. The whole, what is it? If it quacks up a duck, it isn't duck. Is that the saying? English is my first language. I don't know.
It's all good.
like that.
But yeah, no, seriously, if it looks wrong, it looks out of place, it probably is. Trust your instinct.
Absolutely.
And, reach out if you need help. Ask for help. There's nothing wrong with that. I need to follow that advice sometimes. I like to think I can do it all by myself. But no, for real, don't ever let anybody stop you or get in your way. And your life is literally, it takes the trajectory that you give it.
Absolutely.
So that's all. I mean, that's all I got. That's just facts, you know.
This whole thing was powerful. I am so excited for it to go live. Because this was amazing. I got emotions. I got chills. I got the fun of it. You know what I mean? Like, this is perfect. Well, we've come to the end. Thank you, Officer. Thank you all, the guests as well, for coming through and creating this amazing show with me.
Thank you for having us.
I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all. Oh my